My name's Dave DeBow, founder of MoneyPartnerFormula.com, and this show is built for everyday real estate investors who are actively doing deals and looking to scale using other people's money. So if you're an active real estate investor and you want to get featured on this show to talk about your own real estate and capital raising experiences, then just go to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now let's get rolling with this episode, and remember to subscribe for daily interview content. Welcome back, folks. Today's zooming in from beautiful Colorado. We have a real estate investor, Ryne Dutcher, who is relatively newly getting into real estate investing, focusing on single family homes right now and looking at getting into Section 8 housing. So Ryne, welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
So Ryne, tell me a little bit about Section 8 housing. For folks that aren't familiar with what Section 8 is and what that means, give us a little bit of a backstory on that, and why is this appealing to you as a real estate investor?
Yeah, so it's for families or single people who they don't make a ton of money. So it's a government-run program that helps allow for them to help pay rent. So the nice thing about Section 8 is if you get a Section 8 tenant in, let's say they pay $100 a month of their rent, when your rent is actually 800, the government will pay you the remaining 700. So it's guaranteed each month by the government, and it's a really great program for those that need it.
Wonderful. Well, that sounds great. And what's the big benefit for us as real estate investors to own these kind of properties?
Yeah, like I said, it's government funded. So, during the pandemic, when a lot of these people lost their jobs, they kind of scrambled. They didn't know how to pay rent. They didn't know what to do. And a lot of these landlords they didn't have a lot of options, right? They had to just not collect rent or create a backfill, and hopefully they get paid out one day on that. What's nice about the Section 8 was during that time, the people who were landlords of Section 8 properties still received the money from the government.
Yeah. So come hell or high water, the government is actually your tenant paying the rent. Well, you got a tenant in there,
Correct.
but they're on the hook for paying the rent. So I can hear a few people going, I don't know if I want those kind of tenants in my property. If they're on welfare, if they're on government support, aren't they likely to have mental health issues, addiction problems, these kind of things? And are they, maybe I'm getting my rent paid by the government, but what if they thrash my property? What would you say to folks
Yeah,
about that?
that's a big concern. That's probably what I hear the most from people. And this is why it's really important to screen your tenants. Um, Come up with a process, right? You could do background checks on these people. You could do credit history. You could see in the past where they've rented before, call an old landlord. Now, ideally, of course, you don't want to rent to felons. You don't want to rent to, drug dealers, or anyone that's going to wreck your property, right? That is a big concern. These people on Section 8, for the most part, I would say they want to treat it well. They want to treat it kindly. They do get their rent paid by the government each month. So that's a big thing. If they get flagged for, selling drugs out of the house, for wrecking a property, that'll get flagged and they'll get their Section 8 voucher removed and they won't be able to qualify for Section 8 moving forward. So when that lease ends or they get evicted, that's scary for them because then they're kind of out of a place to go, and they're out of that free money for them.
Yeah, that's a huge incentive. I've heard a few other people say that. I've actually have spoken to a few people that are in that whole space, and they say their tenants are actually very, very good because they don't want to lose that golden goose. Right? I mean, it's
Correct.
pretty tough to find somebody else that's going to be subsidizing your rent 80 or 90%.
100%. That's right.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your journey so far, Ryne. What kind of properties have you got? Are they Section 8 or are you trying to get them into Section 8? How's that all going?
Yeah, so I'm only about just a year into the real estate journey.
Mhm.
So far, I've acquired two properties out in the Midwest. Um, they are both two bedroom, one bath. They are both under 1,000 square feet. When I did purchase them, they had tenants already living in them. So they are on I renewed one of the leases. The tenants have been there for 4 years and they're absolutely fantastic.
Mhm.
You never hear a complaint from them. They're very grateful. They're okay with the raises and monthly rent each year. So, and then the other one, we're on a 6 month lease. So I'm in between right now if I'm going to kick her out or if I'm going to let her stay. Ideally, of course, like we were talking about, I do want to get into the Section 8 rental game. So that might be an opportunity right there. Um, or of course, in the future, my next purchase would hopefully be a 3 bed, 1 bath, and convert that into a Section 8 property.
Got it. What is the process, as far as you're aware, of converting a property into a Section 8?
Definitely getting a house. Section 8 requires you to go through a checklist, just ensuring that the property is well kept and livable, right? Locks on the windows, locks on the doors. Make sure the flooring doesn't have any kind of cracks where people can fall and hurt themselves. That type of stuff. So you go through a checklist. You can have a handyman out there with you while you're going through it, so we can kind of fix things on the spot, which might be nice.
Yeah.
And then when you're ready, you have someone from Section 8 come out and review it, make sure it's all up to terms and code. And then after that, you start screening for your Section 8 tenants.
Very nice. No, that makes a lot of sense. So you're in Colorado. Your properties are not where you're located. So are you finding any challenges or difficulties managing from afar?
No, and actually that was, something that was really scary for me is I'm way out here in Colorado and my properties are 3, 4 states away.
Mhm.
What am I going to do if something goes wrong? And the realistic thought about that too is if a toilet plugs up and starts flooding, I'm not going to be the one to go fix it, even if it's next door. I don't know what to do, right? So the
I'm
big
about as
thing with
handy as a
me,
foot myself, right? So I hear you.
so the big thing for me was creating a really good team who I could trust out in that state that I invest in, and kind of just surround myself and build myself up from there. I have a fantastic handyman. It was funny, actually, yesterday my tenant texted me and said, "Hey, our kitchen light went out." Of course, I'm not there, so I texted my handyman who was actually out of town, and he knew someone that could go over there. They fixed it the same day, so it was just phenomenal to build such a great team out there who I could trust. I have a great real estate agent who is also phenomenal and will go look at the properties if I need him to. So again, just building a team that you can trust is the big key.
So Ryan, what was it that kind of sparked your initial interest in investing in real estate starting a year ago?
Definitely the passive income. Ideally, this is a goal for the future of mine to hold these properties long term and be financially free. That's a huge goal of mine to have the opportunity to travel whenever you want. Um, Starting to have kids in the future, being there for the big sports moment or theater recital or whatever they're into, school plays. Just having that flexibility. That's what real estate brings, and I'm sure so many of your guests have told you that they have that flexibility. So again, I'm just a year into it, but that's where I'm looking to grow.
Excellent. What are your plans for the upcoming year, 2025?
Definitely excited for 2025. Definitely want to find some partners. Other people that want to kind of grow in real estate or just add some properties to their portfolio. There's a lot of people out there, I'm sure, doctors, surgeons, lawyers, and such, that maybe they just don't have the time, but they have the capital. It's a great way for them to get a tax break, tax benefit, and be a partner.
Very good. I see pay to play in the background. What does that mean to you, Ryan?
It's my motivation. No
Mhm.
risk, no reward, pay to play. So yeah, you got to take the risk. It was a big risk for me diving into a different state and buying real estate out where I am not. Um, but so far for the year, I've learned a ton. I'm excited to keep growing. I'm excited that they're making passive money right now. So that's my motivation when I come into my office every day to see.
Nice. If people want to connect with you and find out more about what you're up to, what should they do?
Yeah, you can find me on LinkedIn. It's just linkedin.com/Ryne Dutcher, and it's RYNE DUTCHER.
And with that wonderful spelling of Ryan, I think you're probably the only one with that one, right?
It's very unique. Comes from
Yeah.
Ryan Sandberg, old Chicago Cubs player.
Ryan, great to meet you. All the best with your future real estate endeavors.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate having me.
All right, everybody, take care. See you on the next one. Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed that episode. And as always, if you want to listen to more daily interview content, make sure you subscribe. And if you're an active real estate investor and you're doing deals and you'd like to get featured on this show, then just head over to daveinterviewyou.com. Now, at moneypartnerformula.com, we help real estate investors to create a process for predictably getting capital so they can do more deals without relying on hard money lenders or the banks. We do this by building them a private capital marketing system. Now, if you want help turning yourself into a big money capital attraction machine, then book a call with our team to see how we can help. Just visit moneypartnerformula.com to find out more. All right, take care, and we'll see you on the next interview.